Our new topic, topic 12, is all about measurement and measuring. Yesterday we talked about some vocabulary words: longer, shorter, longest, shortest. I have two objects here. I have a whiteboard marker and I have a connecting cube. So out of these two objects, which one is shorter? Which one is shorter? If you said the cube, you are correct. This one is shorter than the marker. Okay? If I have my marker, my cube, and I totally forgot our shoulder buddy here. Okay? This is Gracie. Which object is the longest? The longest. If you said the marker, you are correct. So, quick review from yesterday using those vocabulary words. We're going to add on today, and we're going to talk about how you can measure things. So we have rulers. Rulers you can measure things with, but let's say you're somewhere and you need to measure something, and you don't have a ruler or a tape measure or something you can measure it with. Okay, what could you use to measure it? So that's what we're going to talk about today. But before we do that, we are going to start off by getting our brains warmed up with the number of the day. So this is my board. If you have a piece of paper, you need a piece of paper, or if you have a slate, a whiteboard, you can use it on there. If you're outside and you want to go get outside and get some fresh air, you can use chalk and go outside and do it using chalk. But the number of the day today, move it down a little bit, is 13. 13, that's the number of the day. So this is what I want you to do. Okay, I want you to come up with as many ways as possible to make the number 13. Okay, I'm going to help you get started. One easy way you can make it is just by writing the number 13. How else could you make it? Tally marks. Okay, making your tally marks. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to get started. Maybe 13 buttons. You can draw a picture of 13. Longs and cubes. Okay, using your place value blocks. Writing the number using a word. Showing it on a number line. Doing an addition or subtraction fact to get the number 13. Number bond. Be creative with it. See how many different ways you can come up with to show the number 13. That's just to get your brain started. Only spend about 2 minutes on this, okay? Just to see how many you can come up with and then move on. So, this is what I want you to do first to get that brain warmed up for math. So, pause it. When you're done with that, come back and see what's next. I'm going to keep moving. We are going to talk about our I can statement today is I can indirectly compare objects by length. Meaning, like I said, if you don't have a ruler handy and you need to measure something, okay, what could you use? So here's your solve and share for today. Let me fold it over. Okay, your solve and share for today is how can you find out whether the shoe or the pencil is longer without putting them next to each other? What can you use? And then circle the longer objects and explain how you found your answer. So, we're talking about this shoe and this pencil. By looking at it, and you can see they're not even lined up. So, instead of just kind of eyeballing and go, oh, I think this is, what could you use? So, if I had to find something, okay, I want you to go actually and do this. What could you use around the house? Maybe you find a paper clip and you use a paper clip. Maybe a button, a penny, a cube, a dice, something to measure with. And I want you just to try it. Okay, so pause it, try it, it. You can even like hold it up to the screen if you need to, okay, and see. Then when you come back, okay, we're going to be talking about, we'll go do that, and then now I'm going to show you what I want you to do. Okay, so if you came back with the answer, the pencil is longer. You are correct. When we're comparing these two objects, the pencil is longer. But how did you find that out? Okay, what did you use to figure out that the pencil was longer? Did you use a button? Did you use an eraser? Did you use a piece of string? Okay, I used a cube. Okay, so what I did is I measured with a cube. So I'm doing the pencil first. Now, you want to make sure when you measure, you start at the very end. Okay, then you kind of hold your finger at where it ends up next, and you move it. 2, 3. The pencil is about 3 cubes long. Okay, this is my measuring tool that I'm using. And the shoe is only 2 cubes long. 3 cubes, 2 cubes. Okay, I had used more cubes, therefore the pencil is longer. Okay, so finding something. If you weren't quite sure, that's okay. Now you kind of have an idea, and now you can go find an object that you can measure with, not a big object that you can measure with. Like I said, a button's really good, maybe a penny, a piece of string is always a good way. Like I told you yesterday, horses are measured in hands, okay? Sometimes if I'm trying to measure out the distance between something, I will walk it and measure it with my feet. Okay, so there's different ways you can measure things if you don't have like a ruler or tape measure. So, let's move on to some practice. Okay, you have some objects down here. And it says, circle the object that is longer. Use the red crayon to help. So, their tool that they're using to measure with is the red crayon. So the red crayon is lined up with the purple crayon, and you can kind of see where it meets, right at before the tip. Then they use the red crayon for the marker, and look, the green marker goes past the red crayon. So which one is longer? Okay, the green marker. Again, you can use a marker or a crayon or an eraser or a glue stick. Okay, if you have smaller objects, it might be a little more difficult. That's why I said a button or a penny or a cube or even a paper clip. Those kinds of things are easier to measure with if you have smaller objects. So, let's look at the next one. Problem 2. You have a purple leaf, and it looks like you have, kind of either looks like chapstick or glue. Okay, a glue stick. One of those. And again, they're using the red crayon to measure with. So look, they lined up, that's super important, the red end of the red crayon to the tip of the leaf or the feather, purple feather, and then they lined it up again, the end of the red crayon with the end of the chapstick. Okay, you can see here that the leaf goes past the red crayon. But down here, over here, the chapstick, does it go past the red crayon? Sure doesn't. So which object is longer? Purple feather or chapstick? Hopefully you said the purple feather. That is the longer object by using a red crayon to measure it. Okay, so this is your task. What I want you to do is I want you to have your device, your tool that you're going to use to measure with. Okay, like I have my cube. Okay, if you have a paper clip, great. If you're using a crayon, awesome. Find it. That's your first step, is to find an object to measure with. Then, kind of like yesterday, I want you to go on a scavenger hunt around your house. And I want you to find 2 things. So let's say I found a sticky note and a marker. And I want to see, okay, which one is longer. So I'm going to move you down so you can see which one is longer. Okay, I have my sticky note, and I'm going to start down at the bottom. 1. I put my finger where it ended so I know, okay, where to start. 2, 3, just a little over 3. And you might have that where I had a little extra right here, and then I can just kind of, it's not quite 4, but it's a little over 3. Then I'm going to do the marker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My marker is 5 cubes long. My sticky note is only a little over 3. So out of my sticky note and my marker, which one is longer? Ding, 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 my marker is longer. It was 5 cubes. This was only a little over 3. So, hopefully that makes sense with my example. I want you to go around and find just 2 objects, measure it, see which one is longer. Then put those objects back where you found them. Find 2 more, measure those with your tool that you chose to use, and see which one is longer, which one is shorter. Okay, I want you to take one of those to someone, whether it's a sibling or a parent or an adult, and show them which one is longer and what you're using to measure it. Okay, so doesn't have to be every single object you find. Just take one of them if you have a shoe and a drinking cup, okay? Take those, measuring them, and show them which one is longer and what you are using to measure with. Last thing, I checked on Brain Pop Jr., and Brain Pop Jr. has an awesome video. It's about 5 minutes long, and it's all about non-standard measurement, which is what we're using right now. Okay, it's not a ruler, it's not a tape measure. You'll see Moby and Annie, and they talk about how you can use things, okay, like your feet or cubes or paper clips to measure things. So it's a great video on Brain Pop Jr. If you go there, it's free right now, a free subscription, so you should not have to pay. But if you go in and you click on, once you get in and you click on math, and you go to measurement, it's the first video that pops up. Or if you just type in the top non-standard measurement or measuring, it should pull it right up. And then there's fun activities. There's a quiz after it if you want to take the quiz for fun. There's other activities you can do after you watch the video. So it's a great video. You can either watch it before. Well, actually, no, you can't because it's at the end. I'm telling you at the end of my video, but that's okay. It's going to be a great follow-up video to the lesson. So yeah, go ahead and watch that as well, and have fun, Smarties. I will see you later. I hope you have a great day. Make sure you get outside. Make sure you play a game with a sibling, and have fun. And remember to smile. Bye, Smarties.